Welcome one and all to the Reset Button, the podcast that points out the conspiracy theories of your game awards. We're going to have a wonderful night tonight here. This is episode 17. We're going to talk about our own game awards that may or may not have conspiracies. Maybe they're rigged, maybe they're not. You might have to participate to find out. But before we get into the categories and everything about the Resetti Awards for 2023, of course, we have to go around the table and find out who everybody on this crazy podcast is. Of course, we always first introduce from Canada, Mr. Johnny Chase.
Hi, Canada. Oh, damn it! I was gonna have that already there, but I'll figure it out for next time. But I want to try out that. I want to try out that blur effect that they do on Discord and put a big old Canadian flag behind me.
As soon as that's mentioned, and everybody was singing,
like,
Canada.
Hi, I'm in Canada. Sure. Teach y'all how to sing my national anthem. It's not what I heard.
I know the beginning, and that's it. I'm sorry if that's insulting, but I'm just being honest. And of course...
Sorry, I was going to laugh at that, but then I started coughing. still have a cold.
And
somewhat, a little remnant of one.
On the bottom of the screen here, we have our resident edge mistress. This is Liz.
What's up, everybody? So we are speaking of the important matter of internal game awards that have no rigging, no people slipping hundies under the table. However, I am greatly anticipating putting together my I'm going to start it this year. So we're going to do our first annual, my personal first annual movie tier list of the year. So that's something I'm looking forward to aside from games, but I don't keep up with enough new games fast enough. So can't do a tier list, but movies, very excited to rank everything and get people upset.
And I just wanted to say, if you want me to rig this and have the games that you want to win, I do accept hundies. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just saying. Hey, before we get into
college fund,
I gotta put my baby through college, guys. Come on, help me. Oh my god! Before we get into the our game awards, which are called the Resetti Awards, and if you're thinking Resetti, isn't that a character in Animal Crossing? Yes. He also just happens to fit into Reset. But don't tell Nintendo. Nintendo, are you pleased because I bought this? I wanted to show this off real quick for Christmas. It's coming up, and my lovely wife got me this. I just wanted to share it with everybody because, oh my god, this thing is so awesome. You get like a random Mario-related toy every freaking day, and we're gonna cheat. We're going to cheat because at this point, we're recording this at 11:17 at night. Almost midnight, so I think it counts. And I wanted to share this with all of you. So this is going to be day number 9. What are we going to get? What are we going to get? Luigi Snowman, people.
Woo!
Wait for it to catch up on the stream so I can see it.
I wonder if I can get it in closer.
That is so cute. Oh, so cute. Dude, I got my friend's 7-year-old a Marvel advent calendar, and he's so angry he can't just open them all up at once. Apparently, like, it was like, so we had Friendsgiving, December 1st. Just like, that's how my life is, okay? And I gave it to this kid, and it's like, we can only open one. And then, like, apparently the whole rest of the weekend, he was just, like, throwing a tantrum that he could not open the whole advent calendar, and it was kind of funny and terrible. But, oh well, patience is a virtue.
I tell you, but my wife was actually looking at getting me an advent calendar. Not really advent calendar, but a countdown calendar to Christmas that was Hans Gruber on top of Nakatomi Plaza, and then it slowly goes down, and then on December 25th, that's when he hits the ground.
We have
Christmas
that
don't start
downstairs.
until-
Dude.
You do?
Oh my, yeah. It's like a little thing that you
I have
set
a
up
side
and you
note.
just you slide him down. Yeah. We got that.
That's actually really cute, and I love it, by the way. You guys have to send me a picture. So last night, you guys may or may not appreciate this. I saw a Die Hard musical parody.
I already
Like at one of our
appreciate it.
like. Okay, so I did find like the musical, like I think one of the earlier recordings, maybe not necessarily an original cast recording, but I will send you guys this almost 2-hour YouTube length video of an official recording of this musical. And I don't know. Okay, so let me describe it. This musical had to have been written by elder millennials. Okay, elder millennials. And they had to have written it between the years 2008 and like 2012 or 13. But it didn't actually get released until 2018. And just think of all the things that people joked about in the elder millennial era of 2008 to 2012.
Oh no.
And that's the whole musical. Okay? It was a little scary.
It's got to be a little confusing and maybe even a little dumb, because at that point, I mean, the ship has sailed.
But I love the actors, but it's not the actors' fault that it was kind of. So
yeah.
I do encourage you guys to watch the. I'm gonna watch the YouTube video because I want to see how good it is. Like I don't know if it was maybe the performance, but I think it's really the writing of the musical. So buckle down, yippee-ki-yay! I don't want to swear too early so we don't get demonetized. So
monetization? What's that?
But you know what I'm saying. I don't know. I feel like it's like the one musical I've seen that I didn't like love, so it's kind of a bummer because I love like every musical I watch. So
no, I could understand the problem because I mean 2008 I was there, so was Johnny, and going forward, and yeah, internet at that time is definitely really different from internet 2018.
Yeah,
definitely different, because one of the things that I thought immediately in my mind is, you know, in 2008 when you hear "Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic," that's okay. In 2018 you hear that, you're like, no.
But like, I don't know, there was just so many like dick grabbings and like like staring lovingly at each other and making like weird random gay jokes for no reason, and a lot of cocaine. And it was just like, does that set a precedent of what to expect?
I'm starting to feel it.
Yeah. Okay. I don't think I have to explain much more.
I don't think. Now that you describe it that way, I'm gonna say no. I'd like to stay the fuck away from this thing. See, I was the first to swear. No.
Okay, I can't get in trouble.
Bad. No. No, I broke the doors wide open. It's okay now. But after hearing that, I do want to say fuck that.
Ugh. But it was just like so cringe, but like in a bad way, that like this is the type of humor that YouTubers said over 10 years ago that got them canceled, like for real. So that's the kind of musical. And then there's like an Andy Samberg kind of ripoff kind of character. Not that it's a bad thing, but like think of like SNL humor from that time frame too. There's just so much to unpack. I think we do need to like watch and discuss it. Like there's so much. Like I can't even.
I don't want to. Maybe you could convince me another time, but that sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying. We're going to skip this terror and go into something else far more terrifying. This is the Resetti Awards, and
because what was more scarier, our opinions on video games.
Yes, This is the very, very not rigged Resetti Awards, where we throw our opinions of what's going on. But it's not just our opinions, because I did ask for other people to throw their nominations into the hat. You had to be over in, oh no, did I tell you to go to the Discord before to participate? I think I did. So if your game of the year and the things that you wanted to see aren't on here, you got nobody to blame but yourself. It's all your fault.
Too
and
bad.
I can't stand to look at you. But I'm still going to tell you about these different nominations here. Should we go down and up? Yeah. We don't want to start with Game of the Year because that would just not be as fun.
Yeah. Where are you, Spike TV in the year 2003? Call back.
Game of the Year is going to be Madden 24? Amazing.
Shut up.
I can't believe it. And oh wow, I can't believe that WWE 2K24 beat out Street Fighter 6. Wow.
It's not even out yet. It's not even announced yet. Holy sh! I just realized that. That's not even announced yet.
Okay, before I talk about the awards, there's something I need to rant about because I remember seeing it and I was like, what the fuck is this hunk of junk? There was some award thing or something. I can't remember. I think it was a trade show. But you know where I'm going, don't you? You know where I'm going, don't you?
I think I do.
Yeah. At this fucking trade show, AEW Fight Forever won Best Sports Game of the Year and was not released that year. It did not release. A game that didn't exist won their stupid fucking award. What?
I don't remember that. I thought you were going with the more topical thing that at some other show, they made the stupid decision to show Twitch chat on their monitors.
Oh God.
Have you heard about that?
Oh God, yes.
And so it was just like, hi chat, look at chat. Big ASCII penis on their screen.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, get that out of here.
No, mine was award related, but that's really bad too. How about we invite people to a Street Fighter 6 tournament and forget about the mods? Oh, don't want to see Chun-Li anymore now, do we?
Yeah. Ooh. I remember that.
Yeah, I think everyone does. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna get into the awards before we're canceled too.
Let's bring this train right back onto the track.
All right, so just like the Game Awards, we have our own Best Indie Game, with our nominations being Gravity Circuit, Party Animals, Lethal Company, Sea of Stars, Cocoon, because as far as I could tell, it was amazing. But also, this one definitely came from me, if you can't tell. Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragon.
Wow.
So I don't know if any of you have tried any of the other things that are on that list, but I could say Double Dragon Gaiden is an amazing new beat 'em up that came out this year. Probably not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I thought it really took a really nice spin on the old idea of Double Dragon and made it interesting, especially with like a tag out system where you can tag in between Billy and Jimmy. And as you go through the game, you can also unlock different characters to play as too. Has a progression system where you can buy different items to use after each level. Fantastic. Really a game that I don't hear anybody talking about. I accidentally stumbled upon it online and said, well, shit, I got to buy this.
No, they made another one. Like I played, I think it probably came out maybe 8 to 10 years ago. There was a Double Dragon game that somebody gifted me on Steam, and it was really, really good. Like a newer one.
Double Dragon Neon.
Yeah, Neon. I really liked that. That game was sick. So Patrick, how would you describe this new one versus Neon? If you tell me a little more.
Oh, you would still go with Neon. But this one's really good too. It's more of a pixel art. The sprites are a lot smaller. which also gives you the opportunity to have more enemies on the screen. And it still follows the old Double Dragon formula where you can continue to learn different moves and be able to use those as you progress. But it is difficult. Like, you have to go through the game and earn... well, there's two different ways you could do it, where you don't have to have coins for, like, your arcade continue, or you have to get coins. And, like, after you've run out of lives, you would have to put coins into the arcade machine, but you would have to start at the beginning of the stage, so you lose all progression. So, I mean, it can be tough. I mean, you could dial it down to easy if you wanted to, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted to see how far I could get to it. So I can fully recommend Double Dragon Gaiden Rise of the Dragon. If anybody loves their old school beat 'em ups, definitely thought it was good. Another one that people may or may not know about is Party Animals. Have you guys heard of that one?
Yes, we've actually played this on Game Days for Good a while back. So basically, it is like it's a brand new Gang Beast, but just more stuff to do with Gang Beast. It was just they throw you in the level, you just have to throw everyone out. Not much more to that, but with this one, it's they throw weapons at you to use. So there's like stun guns, there's crossbows, there's pans, bats. And then the fun doesn't stop after you get eliminated, because after you get eliminated, you can actually interact with the other ones. So you could like throw fish and bananas at the other teams that are still left, or the other players that are still left. So there's those types of game modes, and there's also a game mode where it's more of a collect, like it's like basically collect all the items before time runs out. So you run into the middle of the map, grab something, throw it back. But there's just so much more extra control to this than it was in Gang Beasts. So like we're doing stuff like we're like, you know, sprinting, jumping, doing drop kicks, like knocking people out. Like we had like a ton of laughs and a ton of fun with that game. We haven't even touched everything in that. So yeah, that like Party Animals is like the new good great party game in that style if you like Gang Beasts from a few years back.
And it's also fantastic because they continue to update the game. That's another really big one. They just recently put in the stage where you can you're supposed to shovel coal while knocking out the other team. So yeah, that's just
on the train.
Yeah, that's
yeah. We played that one.
Yeah, so they have that in there too. They really put forth the effort to make it a really badass experience. So that's why I thought that Party Animals definitely needed a nod. We'll see if it wins, because Sea of Stars is right there. So is Cocoon.
I think Johnny's gonna vote for Cocoon. He got real excited just now.
No, not for Cocoon. I'll first the Cocoon. Like I don't know anything about it. And most of the people for the Keeley Game Awards didn't know what it was either.
You.
No, Sea of Stars, so good. Like if you like Chrono Trigger, turn-based RPGs, like time-based hits, Sea of Stars is so good.
And then the last
and it's in the
one,
same universe as their
early
okay. game,
yeah. Oh yeah, no, I think I've seen like the art for Sea of Stars on like the PlayStation Store, I think. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean it's on everything. Like if you're kind of weird of like pulling the trigger and buying it at full price, it is on Game Pass, and it's also on PlayStation Plus Premium.
Yeah.
So if you have those subscription services, you can get it.
I went balls to the walls the Nintendo account because I want all my friends to play online with me. And I want all the expansions and stuff, but like I do not pay for other stuff. But I keep seeing this popping up and I'm like, this looks too nice. It looks too pretty. Do I want to play this game?
Yes.
So I think I will. Because everything you're describing is all like, if I had a third hand, I'd give it 3 thumbs up. So, okay. You've convinced me because I keep seeing it. I'm like, when it goes on sale, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. So,
now,
okay, cool. Reassuring.
Did you ever play The Messenger?
No.
Okay.
What is this?
I mean, you don't need to play The Messenger to play Sea of Stars, but they are connected. They are in the same universe. And
well, maybe I can play that first, and then I can like.
So, Messenger is not an RPG. It is a Metroidvania game.
That's I don't care. It's fine.
That's 2 totally different genres there. The last
Cool.
one to mention for best indie game is Lethal Company, a game that is taking the world by storm. If you have logged into Twitch and just checked a few accounts, you have likely ran into somebody playing Lethal Company. It is amazing to watch because of how wacky it is. It's amazing to play because of how wacky it is. 4-player awesomeness, where everybody's tried to work together and get as much money as they can so they meet quota, but you've got things that are killing you. You've got things that are falling on you. It's the craziest of times. Definitely check that out if you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, and we played it over on Game Days for Good, and like the other hosts, they stream their perspectives, and we've been putting up clips and TikToks and YouTube shorts of it, like hilarity ensues in this. Like, which is funny is that when we were first playing it, we were doing pretty decent. Like, we were grabbing, we were getting junk and putting it back on the ship and meeting our quotas all right. But then, like, we just hit a wall where it's just like, we're not doing good. The second we get somewhere, oh, monster, I'm dead. I'm scared. I'm running away. I'm getting out of here. But it's just it makes for such great, and it makes for such great stuff. But it's in that style that Phasmophobia was last year, and I didn't really care all that much for Phasmophobia. I've never actually played it myself, but I just, you know, my wife plays it and our friends play it, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. But you know, the whole ghost hunting thing did really, but like Lethal Company, I don't know, there's just something else about that. It's just like, I think it's because like every planet you land on, they procedurally generate the dungeon, so it's different every time. You don't know what you expect when you go in there.
It's also that, but for me, one of the big differences is like if you're going to compare it to like Phasmophobia, is there's only so much funny you can get out of it when you're watching streamers, you know, try to make it entertaining, or you're the streamer and you're trying to ham it up and make it entertaining. But Lethal Company makes it so fucking easy to do that.
Yeah,
it's
and the
never boring to watch.
Chat in that,
the proxy chat's amazing.
So good. Yeah, like I was telling Jimbo this when we were dead and you and Rope were trying to get back to the ship. I was like, this is crazy. Like, you and I are in our dead zone. We can still talk to each other in proxy chat, but it's still giving off the effects of we're in a cave. Oh, there's echo. Oh, there's a Reaper coming because we're in the dungeon now. So everything's like bouncing off each other. Like,
oh, that's like really like thoughtful, and like I can't think of people that do that. That's actually really cool.
They do it.
Like really, really detailed. That's good sound design.
Yes. So I'm not going to say that that's going to be my personal choice. I'm not going to tell you what any of my choices are, but that is a strong candidate, is the way I would put it. Next,
you already know my candidate. You already know my choice.
Well, we know Johnny's choice.
You didn't mention Gravity Circuit. You put that on there.
Oh, I thought I did. I thought I read it off as Gravity Circuit.
No, you did.
Oh, but I didn't explain. Okay.
Yeah.
So Gravity Circuit is I wouldn't say it's 100% pixelated. It's more like 16-bit is the way I would say the graphics are, but it's kind of like a Mega Man clone. Not in the sense that you like gain powers from bosses and do things like that, but in the sense that it's a side scroller with a lot of quick action, a lot of things to shoot at and blow up. I guess the best thing that I could compare to right off the top of my head is Mega Man X. And when I tell you something is compared to Mega Man X, that should be all you need to know from me, because I consider Mega Man X one of the best video games to ever be released.
I would put it with Mega Man X, with the fact that there's 8 robot masters, you know, their own term for that. You got a little bit of Bionic Commando because you get a little bit of a grappling hook that you can swing and, you know, bounce off of as well. But also too, because you're technically not shooting a gun. You don't have a Mega Buster or anything. You're doing hand-to-hand combat. So this actually, and plus two, like the way that you can control some of the actions, it's like Street Fighter 2010 on the NES.
Yeah,
you remember playing that.
You punch, kick, and uppercut, and then you can also, like, when certain pieces come off of enemies or whatnot, you can grab them and like fucking toss them at somebody.
Yeah, once you damage an enemy hard enough, you can pick that enemy up before it blows up and just huck that at another enemy to blow them up.
Yeah, so good. So yep, that's another one that would be listed on there that maybe people know, maybe they don't, but definitely should be a contender for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Next category is best DLC. We only have 3, but I think all 3 are pretty damn good. Of course, the first one, Cyberpunk 2077 Phantom Liberty.
What? Best ongoing game? I'm sorry, I misheard you.
This conspiracy continues. So
Switching over to turn Fortnite on right now to play Rocket Racing.
It deserves to be a nomination simply because not only did it make the game a wonderful game to play now, but basically Cyberpunk was dead in a ditch somewhere. And this brought it back to life and made it a great experience that people actually want. It's one of the best games you can get right now. And it's not too often that DLC can turn an absolute dumpster fire disaster around like that. That's pretty paramount to what it can do. Second on the list is going to be, and you could probably figure out who put this in here, Cult of the Lamb, Relics of the Old Faith. So
you.
It would be me.
Did the game just come out this year?
Cult of the Lamb?
Or did it just become popular this year? Yeah.
No, Cult of the Lamb came out.
No, that was last year.
Late 01, early 02. But the new DLC is probably why you're hearing so much about it, because it added in new bosses. Because honestly, if you've come across the bosses on there and you know the patterns, you know it. So this added new bosses to eliminate that problem. It also added in a brand new way to do combat when you're going through the dungeons, where you can pick up these relics. The relics each do something very different, unique, and it could help tremendously with different fights. So it's got that, the additional bosses. It's got the additional weapons. They've added more weapons. It's got the relics that can help you go through there. And then there's just fun shit. There's the photo mode, so you can just do stupid stuff when you're running your cult.
So, you know, I get the impression this is like a plus mode to the game. You know how like every like major JRPG is like, we're gonna make the game, but then like a couple years we're gonna like re-release the same thing, but it's totally different in a different way. But it's still the same thing of essence, right? That's kind of the impression I'm getting from everything you described. Which I did also get on Black Friday, the collector's edition of the physical release. So very excited. Good. You influenced me. Like, you really sold me on Cult of the Lamb. Like, I'm not joking.
I will sing its praises
I might
forever.
play it. I might play it. I have to do some Nintendo shit, and when I'm done Nintendoing, I think that'll be on one of my next to-do games. Yeah.
I ultimately decided I really didn't know, because somebody mentioned that they would like to see best audio or best music in this, and I asked for you know, some nominations and didn't get any. I'm like, well, if I do it, I'm just going to give it to Cult of the Lamb, even though the game didn't come out this year, because it's got an amazing soundtrack.
It's the best ongoing game.
Fuck, I can't stop saying enough good things about Cult of the Lamb, but don't let me influence you. You got to make your own choice. You got to do it. I'm going to talk about the third nomination before I influence anybody else. So unfair of me. TMNT Shredder's Revenge Dimension Shell Shock. I didn't get a chance to play this, unfortunately, but all of the extra features they showed look so fucking badass. Like, you could play as Bebop and Rocksteady now?
What?
Well, how it works is it's a horde mode. So they like drop you into a map and they just throw waves of enemies at you, and then you move on to the next area. It's a ton of fun. But like at some point there, they give you these like basically before you jump into the next portal, it's like, okay, do you want crystals to level yourself up, or do you want like more health for the next fight? Or they'll actually give you the opportunity to turn into a boss character. So you could turn into Bebop, Rocksteady, Shredder, and then just wipe the floor with you know, a bunch of enemies. We did this on Game Days for Good. It was a ton of fun. We had like 6 players the whole time. And I want to say that with the DLC, they added new colors. I think that might be a free update.
Was it
so like you can make your character... You can make your character look like black and white, like Mirage, like the old Mirage comics. You can make them look green and green, like they're on the old school Game Boy.
Oh, awesome.
There's so many different color variants. Yeah, let me boot it up just to see.
Well, those are your nominations for Best DLC. Moving on, we'll go to Best Visuals. This one is probably going to be a little more just, yeah, this is what we expected. But I digress. So we have Alan Wake 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, and Mortal Kombat 1. Now, some people may say, Mortal Kombat 1, isn't that the game that had all the issues? But at the same time, you have to consider visually, they really did knock it out of the park with this entry. Jean-Claude Van Damme is in the game.
Switch.
Oh, no, don't do that. That's cursed. That's cursed.
No, you're playing on the Switch. It looks so good. Don't we love Nintendo in this house?
Yes, but I'm not playing it on the Switch. No. I'm sorry, I can't do it. I'm sorry. I'm going PS5 like a person who isn't insane.
Oh, never mind.
But
yeah, I have to give it to Mario One. I'll tell you what my vote was. It was Mario Wonder, just because it's just so there's so many different visual styles in that. It was for a 2D Mario game, it's gorgeous.
Like candy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's really what you have to ask yourself when you're considering that category this year. Do you want to go with something that exudes realism? Alan Wake does that for the most part. Mortal Kombat 1 does that for the most part. Do you want to go with something that has a certain striking style like Baldur's Gate 3 or Zelda Tears of the Kingdom? Or do you want to go with something that just went experimental and didn't give a fuck like Mario Wonder? Because that is the absolute truth with Mario Wonder.
And Nintendo experimenting?
I think they...
Interesting.
Personally, I think they played it safe with Tears of the Kingdom. But I've heard people say that they wanted that
You mean it's the same game, but with building? What?
I didn't say that, but...
What?
I didn't say that, but...
What? What? Am I speaking the truth?
Oh, we're in trouble now.
Is that why it didn't win all the awards it should have?
Everybody needs to send them a hate mail to her, even though I agree.
You guys know I'm the most unpopular opinion of all people, so it's okay.
Oh,
I'm used to it.
Don't start asking me opinions about Tears of the Kingdom, because I will get burned at the stake. I don't really think
I'll be there with
Zelda
you.
Game.
You won't be alone.
I'm gonna say that in case somebody didn't hear me. I don't think it's really that much of a Zelda game. It's a great video game. Is it a Zelda game? I don't think so. Anyway, let's go next to Best RPG. Now this is really gonna start some fights. I can't wait. So we have Sea of Stars, Super Mario RPG, Final Fantasy 16, Baldur's Gate 3, Starfield, and Octopath Traveler 2.
Best ongoing game, Mario RPG. Guys, I can't get over that category. Why wasn't Mario RPG on it? It doesn't make sense.
I look at the inside of the color. Look at it.
Oh, I still don't have my copy. I can't wait.
You guys, when do you think I can
Yeah, I'm waiting to ask for it as a Christmas gift.
Oh, okay.
When do I get to sit down at a table, but not just a regular table, okay? Think of the glass of a skyscraper, and it's in a conference room that's all made of glass, and it's just not a regular table, but it's a conference table that you fit 20 people at it. And I'm gonna be at one end, and Jeff Keighley's gonna be on the side where there's the glass to the exterior. Okay? And I need to sit down and have a talk with this guy. And that's how we're gonna do it. And if he doesn't behave, I'm just gonna kick him through the glass in the skyscraper. So that'll be the end of it.
I don't think in your current state we can let you have a conversation with Jeff Keighley.
Oh, am I too edgy for that?
We can't be held responsible for this.
This guy needs to be sat down. He forgot so many. This guy has forgotten so many ongoing games.
He's played so many games in his
In
life.
fact, he
He's
forgot all of
forgotten.
them.
He's forgotten more than you've played. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next category before we get in even more trouble. Oh no. Okay, best fighting game. This should also upset the masses. Maybe not. We have Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1, Pocket Bravery, and you're damn well gonna believe Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl 2.
Oh, I think I voted that one to be funny.
Well, you know pretty much what I voted for, but like Nick, I think I have a feeling you put that on there just for like necessity's sake, because I don't know, like I just every person is like, Nick, it just came out and it was a thing. And I don't hear anyone talking about playing it.
Just came out. You guys, okay, everyone's logic with this shit's like really inconsistent. But hold on. Ours, well, it's Patrick's. But this game show, or this award show, and Jeff's, like, there's a lot of inconsistencies. I think we need to make a rule book for game shows.
Oh, okay. I'm listening.
Yeah, I think what we need to do is a strict. Okay, so like, has anyone read like the Code of Federal Regulations before? Anybody?
Not
I'm
lately.
Canadian, so no.
Okay, so you know what they do at the beginning of every chapter? It's like the first section is definitions. Okay? So when they say something, it means whatever that definition is. And I think we need to have like a CFR for the VGAs. It just makes sense, okay? And it will be consistent forever then. Okay, I said my piece.
That's actually not that bad of an idea, honestly. I think it would lead to less frothing of the mouth.
Yes, we need to have an outline.
I certainly want to say
definitions.
that frothing of the mouth.
Oh no, we know gamers that it's just like, you know, gamers have grown up that they have like Mountain Dew with alcohol in it, so they're just frothing. They're you know,
that's what they do.
They're frothing their dews and their hard dews.
Pure poetry. Okay, we're gonna go to the next one, and this one is gonna be like, clearly, I'm not even gonna bullshit people on this one. Number 5, biggest industry impact. Microsoft acquires ActiBliz. Super Mario Brothers movie. Charles Martinet is no longer Mario. Try to pick the one Patrick didn't throw in.
The Microsoft one?
Yes. Well, largely because somebody was like immediately like, this needs in. Like, yeah, it does. It absolutely does. Now, the other two, I mean, it doesn't break your heart, maybe, but I still haven't gotten over it. I watched the Mario movie. I laughed. I cried. My spirit awoke. And then when Charles Martinet left, it died. And I've been this just evil, angry husk ever since. And it's terrible.
So you just have to think of what's his name? Who's our favorite actor? Who's our favorite actor? What's his name again?
I was going to say as of last night, Matthew McConaughey.
Who? No. Who's the guy in the Mario movie? I keep forgetting his name.
Chris Pratt.
So you just have to like live with the reality that Chris Pratt is the modern Mario. Minus the guy who did it for Wonder, but just think of that, and it'll just cheer you up, Patrick. Just think Chris Pratt.
You're making it worse. You're making it so much worse. You're making it so much worse. Makes it feel like a disaster.
Just think about him.
Absolute disaster. By the way, the next category is biggest surprises / disaster. How's that for a transition?
That's great.
So the categories with this one, or categories, yeah, the nominations for this one are System Shock remake finally happens after, shall I say, a decade? Yeah, that took forever.
Yeah, your YouTube thumbnail face for this list.
Well, make sure to send me.
Oh, remind me, I need to send you reaction photos for thumbnails.
Yeah, because it shouldn't be just me all the time. Nobody wants to stare at my face. Do you want to look at this face all the time, people? Of course not. It's terrible. Don't do that.
Yes. Okay, Patrick, just put yourself on this list, I guess. Whatever.
Let's see. Suicide Squad signals the downward spiral of WB games. Multiple studios fall into the gaping maw of Embracer Group. Layoffs everywhere in the industry. And Lord of the Rings Gollum. No.
No! It's so good.
And me. We'll add me to that
play
list. Oh my god. Do you want to play that?
You guys don't know the pleasure I have playing P-Cube and my anticipation of The Quiet Man. Okay? Just like think about this really long and hard.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay.
Oh no. You guys can play Lord of the Rings Golem if you want to. Leave me out of it. And that goes for everybody watching.
What?
That goes for everybody listening. If you just pass me on the street, do not ask me what I think of that game. Leave me alone. It's terrible.
Okay, it can't be any worse than the Hobbit movies.
Oh. 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 We gotta figure out which is worse. Oh, fuck, you broke me.
The Hobbit movies.
You broke me. I'm gonna have to figure out which is worse. I hate the Hobbit movies. I just want to throw that out there. Like,
oh my god, I thought you were gonna fight
them.
me. Oh. Okay, thank you.
I
Holy
hate them.
crap.
I hate them so much.
We did not need 4 movies. It could have been like 2 movies and all would have been fine.
If that was the plan they had, we didn't need 1. Fuck them. They're bad.
Also, okay, okay, so I lost like a lot of respect, immediate respect for these films. Because I remember seeing it in the movie theater. And this is a pretty standard thing that does happen with modern movies, is that they'll get it out, but then they'll still make some edits before like the DVD, Blu-ray, 4K release, right?
Yeah.
And I just like remember there's like a part in the first movie where there's like, oh, we're in the Dragon's Den or whatever, and there's a pile of gold, and like the gold looks so fucking fake, and like it's one of those things.
Second movie.
I can't. No. There's some. I only saw the first one, so there was a pile of gold or something. When they got like closer to the climax, and I just remember seeing this on the big screen where it's like, I spent money on this and this movie is not done. Like there was like weird crap with some of the graphics where I'm like, I thought we were doing something special here. I know you're just gonna edit this shit for the DVD.
Yeah, it was just bad. I mean, getting Benedict Cumberbatch to voice Smaug was pretty nice, but that was about it. The rest was just god awful.
Oh yeah, that was his peak like fandom career point when that shit came out.
Everything else, nope, don't like it. All right, we'll move on to Best Action Game. Maybe Spider-Man 2 will have a chance here. Best Action Game, Spider-Man 2, System Shock, Star Wars Jedi Survivor, Resident Evil 4, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. I think there's a lot of really good choices there, but I think I know which one I would go with. Honestly. Yeah. Honestly, and it ain't Spider-Man 2. I'm sorry. We all know what rules my house. We all know what rules my house, my world, my everything. So that's
Sony.
Yes. There we go. There we go.
Typically, PlayStation Studios and Sony Pictures. More specifically, that's like, you know, get really specific.
The conspiracy continues. I especially love this custom PD Piranha figure I have from Sony. It's really good. It's my favorite.
Top notch film franchise merch. You know, Sony and Illuminati like teamed up on this one.
Nice.
Okay, and the next category, this one I'm super excited about because it could just be called best multiplayer, but no, we're above that here because we got a little something going on. Best co-op, brought to you by Co-op Campus. So if you want to see wonderful co-op games with the wife and me, that's where you go. Unfortunately, right now, while she continues her pregnancy, she has no desire to ever come up in this room and do anything. So it's going to be a few months before that can happen, but it'll happen after that. And we'll have wonderful things, including we're probably not going to show baby on stream or anything, but baby will be here. Yay!
Ooh.
I've got to get her permission before I say what the baby's name is on stream, because we didn't discuss that.
Did you do a gender reveal yet? Oh God.
Yeah, I've been saying my daughter.
Oh, okay. Well, I know you desired, like, you're like, daughter would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know. I couldn't remember. Oh my God. Yay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited. This is so exciting. Okay.
Baby girl coming in April. I'll tell you guys her name off stream.
Yeah.
So, the nominations for this one, and you could probably see that I definitely had some influence in this, but other people had influence in it as well. So, let's get started. Pikmin 4, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Baldur's Gate 3, Diablo 4, Lethal Company, and Party Animals.
That's a tough one. Because, like, I know there's not traditional online with Mario Wonder, but the online that they did do in it is actually kind of cool. When you're, like, let's say if you're playing by yourself and the ghosts players are on there, like, if you're having a hard time with Mario, they can help you out. Yeah. Instead of having to go all the way back to the level, you're just like, oh, there's little standees, or touch the ghost and I'll respawn. So
that's the great thing about Mario Wonder is even if you don't have someone to actually play like a couch co-op with you, you're never alone. You always have people online that can help you with stuff too. So it's awesome. Pikmin 4, I can't remember off the top of my head what the versus mode is called on there, but what a mode. Oh my God, that mode is so fun. It's crazy, crazy fun. If you haven't had a chance to try it, everybody, go check it out. Like, and you will play that mode quite a few times as you go through the story, so you'll know what I'm talking about. But I think it's awesome. It's truly awesome. Diablo 4, I mean, I wish it were better. I'm not sure it'd be my pick, but it is a co-op game and it is AAA. So if that works for you, okay, sure. Baldur's Gate 3. I mean, do we have to? Baldur's Gate 3.
We've already talked about it. We already talked about it.
We can be different to say no.
Baldur's Gate 3. I mean,
no,
yeah,
you have to be fair.
It's got good co-op. We all know, like, game of the year, everything like that. But I think that the one thing people don't really remember is it does have a co-op feature where multiple people can hop in together and, you know, play through it, check it out. You can turn off the turn-based and have a good time with it.
Okay, so I have to interject about Baldur's Gate. So I said, you know, on our last episode about like min-maxing my dollars for games.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been like literally killing me that I haven't played Baldur's Gate 3 yet. Okay? I just want to let everyone know that this would be the exception to the rule where I'm like, buy right away. But no. I did see the co-op, and the co-op looks so fun and so cool. But the problem is, we only have one PS5, and my Mac is super capable. I checked all the specs. You know, you don't play a lot of games on the Mac, but it's very Mac compatible, okay? And I'm like, shit, I could get it for PC/Mac, or I can get it on the PlayStation.
Right.
But how am I going to play with Cody?
I can't recall if it has
I was about
couch
to
co-op
spend
or not.
like that's
don't
gonna come
know.
later. I heard they're gonna do split screen.
That's right.
But like
Okay.
that sounds too chaotic. Where it's like no. Like we need our own computers or we need our own PlayStations, and it's like literally killing me on the inside that I was so ready to shell out over $100 to buy 2 copies of a game, and it's like shit. I can't even do co-op. Like I can't do co-op the right way. So it's like really like grating at me, and that's the only reason why I didn't buy it.
Well, I'm hoping that does come eventually, because that is going to be the thing that will push it overboard in terms of like being an amazing co-op game. It's already good, but adding that on will then turn it into absolutely amazing. So
if Baldur's Gate 3 gives me as much joy playing like original Gauntlet with Cody brings to my life, it's gonna be a game of my life. Like, let me just put it that way.
that's a strong statement. Original Gauntlet? You mean like the one in arcade/NES?
Oh my god, it's so fun. When we went to Free Play Florida, I gotta plug this con. It's like one of my faves. Like, it sucked because the fourth player, like the button was stuck, but like we just like sat there playing it, and it was just so fun. And there's a million levels, and we can't reasonably stand there all day and play it, but it was just so fun. I love silly little shit like that. Oh, so fun.
I was actually excited to hear you say that, because I like Original Gauntlet, and it's rare to ever hear anybody say that. So I was like, wait, original? Yeah.
Great. No, it was
yeah,
so
I love this
fun.
Podcast.
Like we played on the real machine, and it was great and wonderful. And like, there's another, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the game that like Dragon's Crown takes huge inspiration from, like an old school like arcade game, and that game is so fun too.
Dungeons and Dragons?
No. No, it's a Japanese game. Oh, Kadash.
Oh.
Is that what? Yeah, let me look it up.
Just before,
because I was thinking, because like, would you say, was it Dragon's Crown?
Oh my god, you guys don't even know how obsessed I am with Dragon's Crown, by the way.
See, now I'm curious.
I just got the Dragon's Crown manga, and I'm like so excited you don't even know. Okay. Yeah, Kadash. It's like, it's so fun. Oh my god. Okay, so like playing these like weird, unique, like actual arcade games, like the original arcade machines that people like lovingly took care of with him and like a couple of friends, because there's like multiple players. Oh, like that's the way I want to feel playing Baldur's Gate. But Baldur's Gate is like 100 hours, so I'm very excited. Like there's a lot like going on here before I can commit to this game, because like that's the level, of intensity.
It's a side scroller.
Oh, now I'm curious. I'm curious what your opinion is. Did you ever play Gauntlet Dark Legacy?
Oh, is that the 3D one?
Yeah.
I think I played it a really long time ago, but I'd never had it, so I didn't play it much. So I don't really have an opinion.
One of these days I'll find someone who has an opinion of Dark Legacy with me. I thought it was a really interesting twist. Really interesting twist for the 3D era of Gauntlet. Really liked it. And I guess while they're looking those things up there, we'll keep talking about, like, I think we've really already hammered on party animals and why it works the way it does. Especially we talked about, how we played it in game days and everything like that. It's just really good co-op. It's good fun whenever you want to just get some friends together and just be as silly as you want to be. Smack each other with things, fall off of trains, all sorts of insanity happening in Party Animals and Lethal Company. I mean, my God. I can't think of a better co-op experience than Lethal Company right now. Honestly, if I wasn't so tired and I had a group, I'd want to play it right after this.
Yeah, same here.
It's like that itch. You play some Lethal Company and you're like, I want to play more. I want to play more, but I don't want to go online and play with randos. Not really. But I want to play more Lethal Company. So
of to a little side tangent about the Kadash, because I was kind of curious. Like, I have the Taito Legends discs on PS2. That's not on that disc. It's not on that compilation. It's on Taito Legends 2 on Xbox though.
Interesting.
I've never seen, like, I'm looking at the Wikipedia, and like there are some games that are just not on the same collection. It's on Windows really as well. I was like, what the hell?
Okay, so if they advertise it as an exclusive, but if there's no explanation, like, not that, like, I'm not trying to justify it being on one console or another, but if they use it as a sales tactic to be like, buy all the versions, you know, that's a uniquely bullshit explanation. But it's like, when there's no reason or understanding why it is or isn't included on the different consoles, that like hurts my brain.
Now, if there's going to be console exclusive games, I have to get this.
But that's what the compilations are for. But oh well, sometimes it happens.
Yeah. But yeah, this game is so fun. Okay.
All right, and last is going to be Game of the Year. And some of it's a little different from what you saw from the Game Awards. Some of it similar picks, because I mean they are good games. So we're looking at Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, Spider-Man 2, Baldur's Gate 3, Alan Wake 2, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, Resident Evil 4, and Pikmin 4.
It's tough. Like I said, like, this was such a great year for games that it's hard to pick just one.
It is really tough. It is. But honestly, this is probably the one where I'm gonna show my colors a little bit and not play coy. Because like I said, I've been savoring Mario Wonder. It's really fantastic. I've been savoring it. But the one game that I just sunk my teeth into this year and just went wild with it and had an amazing time is not Spider-Man 2. I loved it and I finished it, but it didn't just bring me like super amounts of joy. Pikmin 4 brought me super amounts of joy. That would have to be mine, man. Love that game.
Simp.
Loved it. It was the best Pikmin ever. Like, I thought with 3, it was like badass, fantastic. Like, does it get better than this? But like, I heard people complain that it got a little frustrating having to switch between all 3 characters. Like,
stop. That's 3 was so good.
I know.
Okay.
I know, but it frustrated people.
Sorry, I'm like so set off. Like, people are babies. They didn't play 3. There's also haters that like, okay.
Oh, you cut out.
Okay. Well, okay, there's so many haters about Pikmin 3, and I have not played Pikmin 4 yet. Okay, I'm just a baby. I just can't justify spending $60 right now for one of my favorite gamesters. Okay. But I feel like Pikmin 4, as far as I can tell, like, takes all the juiced up shit from Pikmin 2 and 3. And I'm like, ugh, okay.
Yeah. That's a good way to look at it. It has like the I can't remember what they're called, the caves or what have you, where you go and you solve puzzles and whatnot from Pikmin 2. It's got that. Ochi is a big help. I know some people complained about Ochi, but let them complain.
He's so cute.
Ochi's awesome.
He's so cute.
Ochi is my dude for life.
I've seen like people like, oh, you've heard people talk crap about Ochi, but I've heard so many good things about it, so it's just kind of funny. I don't know.
Yeah, Ochi's awesome. They can complain if they want. I love the changes with, like, we finally get to experience nighttime on the planet and see what that's like with the glow Pikmin. Badass.
This game is, it's already so cursed during the daylight or the caves, so I'm like so terrified. Like, I think I'm gonna have nightmares playing this game, and I'm so excited. Best horror game 2023.
Fantastic. And then the versus mode, is it Dendori? I think I remember the name of it, Dendori. So that, just so you know, that's a versus mode where you're competing against the other player to try and get points by like collecting apples or defeating enemies or things like that. And if you see, like, for example, say I'm like carrying a big apple back to my place, you're like, no, I want those points. You can come over and sucker punch me with your Pikmin to knock me and my Ochi out and steal my stuff. And so it's a really intense, like, I think 3-minute versus throwdown, but it's so good. This is the kind of game where, like, when I got to the end, I was pretty sad. I was really sad that it was over, but if anybody who's played it, if you know, you know. We'll just put it that way. So that's what I would say to it. Thoughts from you two when it comes to that category?
Game of the year?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like Spider-Man 2 is not winning any awards from anyone.
I mean, if everyone in chat in the Discord really wants it, I mean, that's your opportunity. Make your voice heard.
You could.
I mean, I have not played Spider-Man 2 yet. Like, that's something I've been sitting on for a while, and that's gonna be a me game. That's gonna be like something I play, but like I got other projects to do before I have a me game to go on for it, you know. But what I've heard is that it's still a great game, but like I said, like this year was just so good compared to like for everything.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel like I don't know. The Spider-Man thing gets me kind of bummed out. I don't know. Okay, sorry. Move on.
it is. I mean, it's a solid game. Like it should have been a contender, absolutely, because in terms of like comic book storytelling, and I don't want to go through it and ruin it for anybody who hasn't experienced it, but in terms of comic book storytelling in a video game, I can't think of one that's done better. I can't. I just can't. It is up there when it comes to like any type of like big time AAA storytelling. Spider-Man 2 is fucking there, slamming it
like
down.
cream of the crop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
definitely.
So I like long story short, you know, this I feel like okay, contrary to other like superhero games, the Spider-Man games have a very good track record of releasing generally good games. Like, do you guys agree with me on that?
Yeah.
I'd say like more favorable. Like, I don't know. I feel
compared
like
to most superhero games, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There have been some duds. There have been some misses.
Of course.
Like when we got to, I want to say, like when Activision got the license, like they were throwing out bangers, like Spider-Man 1 and 2 on PS1. Like
very good.
Very good. They brought it to forefront. And then you started getting like the movie license games. But then they got into that whole thing of like the Activision does is like we need a new game every goddamn year to keep this license relevant and keep milking this.
Yeah.
Okay.
That caused problems.
But even like those games being kind of like whatever, like mediocre, they're still fun. Like they're even a game can like that's not good can still be very fun. Okay. So that's another thing to put into perspective. But I don't know. I feel like I haven't played the new Spider-Man games at all. Not like none of it. Okay. And I feel like I would like these games. All right. But I'm not very excited because I think I'm very tired of this type of game. And it just kind of sucks that like this new one came out and it's being very overshadowed because like I remember our hype when we saw like preview trailers for it, and there's like a really long ass trailer from the Sony event earlier this year.
Yeah.
Like there is no continued hype for this game, and it makes me kind of bummed out because like the I in general, I'm gonna broadly say Spider-Man games are pretty good, and it seems like it's been forgotten. It's been forgotten, and it just bums me out a little. Because I think it does deserve more credit, but like me vouching for the Spider-Man game, I'm probably not going to play the Spider-Man game, or unless I'm a full-time like gamer girl or something where I got time to play a lot of games. Like I don't think I'm going to choose it anytime soon because there's all this other good stuff. But I don't know. I there's so much good going for this game, and it's just forgotten, and it just sucks.
No, I agree. It's a game that was supposed to be like, the big huge hit for Sony this year. And I think overall, despite people not continuing to clamor for it, it has been the big hit. But I think one of the problems for Spider-Man 2 is it dared to release in 2023. Because this has been the year of just slamming game after game after game. So much good stuff coming out. And it's like, how are you really going to throw down and compete with all that? You'll get your sales, but how do people remember you when the next thing comes along? Spider-Man 2 comes out, everybody's losing their mind, and here comes Alan Wake 2. Everybody forgot.
So, okay. And I think think about this. I don't know if this is a stretch, okay? Why this year is like this crazy, like, Molotov cocktail of, like, really good shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happened a few years ago where a lot of people had a lot of time to think and do nothing all the time?
Oh, the Backstreet Boys tour.
Oh, yeah.
No. I think we have this huge boom with games, and if you think about like a realistic development cycle with a video game, COVID probably birthed like a shit ton of these great ass games. It gave a lot of people a lot more time to think and put these things together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my opinion of why we might have such a banger year.
That could very well be. I know in the chat, it was mentioned when I said Spider-Man 2 is probably the top of the top, better than the Arkham games. I would say that, yeah. I believe that. Like, I don't think the story for the Arkham games is, like, bad or anything, but I think when it tries to really throw something down, pull at your heartstrings, and tell you a story that has a lot of different pieces to put together, Spider-Man 1 and 2 does a better job than the Arkham games. Again, not saying they're bad, not by any means. I'm just saying that I think the story for the Spider-Man games goes a bit deeper, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think, okay. Also, another thing, we're not going to do superhero debate. Like, when we think of our Peter Parkers and our Miles Moraleses versus our Bruce Wayne, who's going to be more relatable and more of an everyday person we can think about as a human being and have compelling stories to speak? I think there's a huge difference with the character writing that makes sense here in terms of the stories.
Right. The only big difference is, like, they're bitten by radioactive spiders, but that aside, they still have to be regular people, right? They have to go around, they have to go to the grocery store, they have to pay the rent. They're regular people. Bruce fucking Wayne doesn't have to worry about any of that, ever.
Nope.
It's not even on his radar. Meanwhile, we're like, oh, can I make the mortgage this month? So, yeah, it's a bit unrelatable. I get what you mean. But, I mean, the Arkham series did a really good job of trying to just create, like, some chaos.
And
then we get to Arkham Knight, which was chaos.
I mean, unless only if you were playing on PC. It ran fun and everything else. Well, it's not running fun on the Switch.
I mean, just quality of the game.
It's running. But people are just like, why isn't it running at this? It's on the Switch.
People have a lot of expectations of the Nintendo Switch, the cheapest game console with, like, the lowest graphics and powers to do things. And portable too.
Good point. I remember when
like,
I wouldn't tell anybody to get Mortal Kombat 1 for Switch. If you're going to do that, maybe consider smacking your hand and thinking twice. But I remember I was setting up a game day one time, and when I was going through stuff, somebody saw that I had MK11, and they're like, how does that run on there? Like, just fine. I don't understand. I mean, you're not going to have the amazing full-fledged graphics running at 60 frames per second. Oh my God, everything is pixel perfect. But yeah, they downgraded the graphics a little bit, and it runs at 60 frames. Life's okay. That's fine.
Yeah, I think I saw someone playing that in handheld mode. I was just like, how does this game run? And it's like, okay, the cutscenes are, they look good. They're pre-rendered and recorded, and then all of a sudden it switched. It was like, oh, oof, that took a hit. But I looked at it, I was like, this is running pretty smooth.
Yeah. Yeah, the point is they brought it down. It was running smooth.
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
You're not a graphics horde.
Yeah, I mean, if you are a graphics whore, I would say, why aren't you playing on PC? But that's just me.
Yeah.
I'm going to get myself in trouble with that one now. But that covers all of the Resetti Awards. I did put the link in the chat if you're here live, so you can go vote, participate, all that good stuff right here, right now. If you are watching this later, or if you're listening to this later and you would like to participate, you need to go to our social. That is twitter.com/WeAreResetPress to get involved with that. And we are not calling it X. It is twitter.com/WeAreResetPress. And you'll get everything there. You can also join the Discord, which is the Co-op Campus Discord. And you can be involved that way too. Please get your votes in. I would love to see what everybody thinks. Because I know what I think about all this, and that's no fun. I want to see what you think too. So let's make it a really awesome time. Let's get the best time we can get in before the holidays, because it's approaching really quick. And I should probably, while I'm thinking about it, because I brought these up here, I brought all of the other Mario stuff that came out of that advent calendar to show everybody. Because these are cool, man.
Oh, show and tell time.
We've got, you could get a bullet bill, a POW block.
Shut up.
Also got
nice
ice characters with a nice flower. Let's see, here is Snowman Mario. Blue Yoshi.
That's cool.
Cute. These are perfect. I love like teeny tiny little like toys like this. They're very cute.
So if you got somebody in your life who loves Nintendo and you'd like to get them something before Christmas, advent calendar, man, it is awesome. Pick it up. I don't know what the price is because it was a gift to me, and I was told it's not cheap, but it's Nintendo. Big shock. So before we wrap it up, do you guys have anything else you'd like to cover?
No, we covered a lot tonight.
Okay. Yeah. I just looked at chat for a second. That was strange. Okay. I think it's late here. Everything's getting a little wacky, so we should probably go ahead and wrap this up.
I'm gonna go back to my Edge Bat Cave.
Oh.
With my riding gloves.
To the Edge Cave.
All right, that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Reset Button. I want to thank everybody for coming out and just having fun with us here. We'll see you again really soon. Remember, go over to our YouTube. That's youtube.com. And I think you have to put an @ in front of it, but ResetPress. And just subscribe there for all of our videos. We have shorts. We have all sorts of cool stuff there. And we'll see you again before you know it. Have a good night. Thank you so much for checking out this episode of The Reset Button. If you like the podcast, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be updated whenever there's a new episode or various clips that we produce. We appreciate all your support.